Hey, what up, y'all? It's your boy Saint Sandra here, and we got Season 3 Marvel Rivals coming out July 11th. And you can see here we got the new little trailer coming out, playing in the background, but we're going to go over the hero balance adjustments and patch notes, new heroes, new team ups, and that's all coming to you from the Marvel Rivals devs themselves. So we got the dev talk. We just dropped the video on that. Right now, we got the Season 3 trailer. So, yo, Season 3 is, no pun intended, but going to be lit. I mean, with this Phoenix and Blade coming, Season 3.5, and I mean, Marvel Rivals has been doing an outstanding job with switching up just every season, just switching up the comp, switching up the meta, just adding new content. So they're getting after it. We're having fun with it. So, I mean, we're going to go over it. They made a lot of changes, interesting changes to some of the heroes who are getting some nerfs, some getting buffs. We see some new team ups coming, so that's going to be real interesting. Kind of excited to see that. But we can see here, we got Jean Grey, Phoenix. Looks like Hella. She's kind of playing into this as far as the storyline goes. But and then we already know people are excited to see Blade. And you know, I wouldn't be surprised. Season 3.5 comes out and they tell us, psych, you ain't getting no Blade, because they've been doing that to us since Season 0 with Blade this whole time. So I'm just joking. I'm excited to see Blade, but I thought, I mean, I think they did a good job with the artwork when it came to Null. I mean, they did a better job than Venom Last Dance, you know what I mean? But you can see here, they just dropped a little game demo or gameplay demo on Phoenix. So she's going to be a duelist. And yo, she looks, like I said, the artwork on these characters is fire. But I mean, she's got like, okay, it looks like she's going to have 275 health. She's got like these two forms to her. So you got Jean Grey and then you got the Phoenix Force. I don't know. She almost looks like a duelist version of Cloak and Dagger, kind of. She might have some hit scan. I think on like the third hit, it does like a little explosive damage. So very interesting. She got temporary flight, it looks like. So, I mean, the thing about these gameplay demos, what's hard to tell, it's really just hard to tell, get a sense of what their damage output is going to be looking like and stuff like that, just because, I mean, people said this in Season 2 with Ultron when he came out. They were like, oh, he looks busted, oh, he's OP, whatever. Then he comes out and people are like, yeah, Ultron's actually sucks, he's not usable, whatever, doesn't do enough heals. So I don't know, the community's funny, man. They flip-flop back and forth more than LeBron James changes teams. So yeah, but Phoenix is looking fire, man. But you can see here, we got the dev talk playing, but we're going to get right into it. We got the hero balance adjustments pulled up somewhere. Let's see here. Bear with me. I had it pulled up, but we'll kind of just go over it real quick, pull it off to the side. But starting out with the Vanguard. All right, Emma Frost. So it looks like she's taking a little bit of nerf to her survivability. I'm not an Emma Frost main, so I don't really know how these abilities work, but reducing her telepathic pulse damage at 99 energy to 120, from 120 to 110 seconds, and from 140 seconds to 150 to 140 at 100 energy. Also reduce the diamond form damage reduction from 30% to 25, and then her ultimate ability looks like it's going to take a little bit shorter time, so her energy cost is shorter, so she'll be able to build her ult a little faster, which it'll be interesting. Her ult is it's not too OP, it's pretty effective ult, so the fact that she can get it a little bit lesser, kind of like Doctor Strange, it might be pretty useful having her on your comp. This is the one everybody's excited for, but you can see he's getting two new abilities, or I'm sorry, a new ability and a new effect. So his new ability, the thing leaps toward enemies, gaining 25% damage reduction, and targeting distant enemies is 20 meters. So that's pretty far. He can jump up to 20 meters, and he gets like a damage reduction boost. So he's not taking much damage when he's in the air. And then his new effect knocks down flyers with his haymaker. So I mean, they essentially just added a brand new Vanguard to counter flyers, which is very interesting, which is very good, because Vanguards have always struggled with flyers. Cap, I mean, I guess Hulk could always jump at him, but it's still a hard thing to do. Not only got to hit him, but I mean, depending on the map, he can only jump so far. So now that you got Hulk, now you got Thing, those are really good. Strange, not necessarily a hard counter to flyers, but he can he can at least contest them. He can fly up, throw up his shield, not take damage, and he can still kind of throw his projectile at him. Venom. So this is a big one that people are excited for. I'm excited for. I was a Venom main at one point. But he looks like he's going to be the new meta for Vanguards this season. But got a stickier grip. His control after diving is now slightly more terrifying. So increase the cellular corrosion of enemy slow effect from 15% to 25%. So a 10% increase, like, yo, that's a pretty big jump right there that we're seeing from for him. Not gonna lie about that. Let's go back to him, Venom. So yeah, and then when they say his dive is a little bit more terrifying, so I think with his dive ability, it's probably gonna cause a little bit more damage, maybe even a little bit more like a splash effect or a knockback effect. I don't know, but this alone, slowing down his enemies by another additional 10%, that's big, man. Duelist, yo, Torch has just been getting thrown in the ringer. He's gotten a update, a balance adjustment every season since coming out. But Johnny getting a team up anchor effect, but a little less firepower. Oh my god, man. I'm not a Johnny player, but I have friends who play as Human Torch, and they've just been hurting. Just no incentive to use the guy. And now he's taking another damage nerf. So reduce the flyer custer damage from 6 to 5.5. Not that big a deal, but dude, he needs everything he can get. I don't know what they're trying to do with Human Torch. Reduce supernova. So now he's getting a nerf to his ultimate. Dude, this dude just took a hit. Activation shockwave damage from 80 to 75, and fire tornado from 120 seconds to 110 seconds. But they added a team up anchor for Spider-Man. So I mean, everybody loves Spider-Man, wants to play him. So he's getting a 5% damage boost with his team up anchor. But man, that's tough. Human Torch players, y'all gotta protest. He's just been getting thrown around the ringer. Iron Man, the flying meta, the strongest flyer in the game. The devs talked about it, but he's taking a little nerf to his damage output. They're trying to reduce his poke damage, is what the devs said, but they're going to reduce his first 2 repulsor blast hit from 40 to 35 and from 50 to 45 when in his overdrive state. And they're going to increase the energy cost of his ultimate ability from 2,800 to 3,400. God damn. By 600? That's huge. That's huge, man. His ult wasn't, it's a good ult. It's a good ult, but I didn't think that's a pretty big increase. So they really hurt him with his ult there. Mr. Fantastic. To me, Mr. Fantastic is the meta. He is probably the strongest duelist. I would have said like Iron Fist before they nerfed him this season. Wolverine's pretty good. But I'm talking, if you're talking like a 1v1, Mr. Fantastic practically 1v1s everybody. He's a problem. He's meta for sure. But he's taking a little nerf, so he's getting slightly less tanky in his inflated state. So not huge. They're reducing his inflated state bonus health from 400 to 300. Not huge. Still, it's something though. It's a little, for all you Fantastics, we saw it coming. I saw it coming. I have friends who play Mr. Fantastic. They said they saw it coming just because when Mr. Fantastic came out, he was like F tier. Nobody was playing him. Nobody liked him. I just don't think people were using him effectively. And then after they just buffed him so hard and incentivized people to play him, now you have so many more people playing him. I think it's balanced out more. And now they think that he needs a little bit of a nerf. It's not that big a deal. For 50 health points when his inflated state, Yeah, people just have to play around. And Namor, I'm literally sick of Namor. Like, just stop. Leave him be. The dude's getting another buff. I think they got rid of his Hulk team up, but still, man, they're going to increase the Trident projectile damage from 70 to 75 and the speed from 120 meters a second to 150. God damn, come on. And they're going to increase 7C's projectile speed from 120 meters to 150. Like, that's ridiculous. All right, Scarlet Witch, her ultimate just got Hextra. Yeah, no pun intended there. No, I think there was a pun intended there. But reduce the max slow rate during the ability charge from 35 to 25% and increase from 750 to 850. So that's interesting. Scarlet Witch, I think she still got to team up with Strange. So her ultimate, they mess with her ultimate a lot. I think people are just, it is what it is. But Spider-Man, see, getting the new team up with Human Torch. You can kind of see it in the background here. He's getting like a new spider tracer with his team up, but they're going to increase the damage of his ability, his get over here kick from 50 to 55, increase his spider power mid-air damage from 50 to 55, and increase the amazing combo damage from 55 to 60. So he's just getting a slight damage buff altogether, which is what people kind of wanted. He kind of needed it. After he lost his team up with Venom, it was very hard to use Spider-Man. He just wasn't doing enough damage, you know. And with 250 health, the guy, I mean, I still think Spider-Man deserves to have 275 health. I still just think he deserves that. But whatever, man, it'll come out. Maybe when the new Spider-Man movie comes out, they'll do it. That's we'll roll those tapes back. That's what I'm putting my money on. When a Spider-Man movie comes out, they'll buff his health. But 250 health for the guy. The damage buff was needed. Now he's got a team up Anchor with Human Torch, which I think is kind of cool. Punisher, his turret is going to lose some sting, and his ultimate is going to need more juice. So reducing the Coaling turret projectile damage from 12 to 10. So Punisher this season, season 2 and season 2.5, he was meta. He got a buff to his ult. He got more bullets. He lost the team with the rocket, but it didn't really. They made up for it. But you can see here, damage from 12 to 10 and decrease the spell field range. Sorry about that. These fucking ads, we got those playing all the time. Damage field from 12 to 10 and increase the energy cost of his ult ability. So his ult's going to take a little. So he's just taking a little bit of a nerf altogether, which is okay. Winter Soldier, Bucky players, man, you guys have been kind of flip-flopped around. He went from meta to OP to just average, mid, whatever. So he's getting a little bit more dangerous from downtown. So they're going to adjust the damage fall off maximum at 40 meters from 60% to 70%. So he's getting a little bit of damage adjustment. So Bucky players might enjoy seeing that. Bucky players are far and few between now. It's very odd. I feel like every patch that comes out, hero balance adjustment, is when you start to see waves of Winter Soldiers, whether it's a loss of them or just an increase in them. Bucky Soldiers, he's a solid duelist. He's very solid. Wolverine, again, another solid one. If he doesn't get banned, he's just a problem for tanks. But here's another one who's going to be meta this season, I think, especially with him getting a little team up with Jean Grey. So 2 duelists. Now you're incentivized to have 2 more duelists on the team. I think we're going to go back to season 0 and season 1, where it's going to be very hard to get strategists and Vanguard on your team. Maybe not so much Vanguard, because you got what they addressed in this dev talk is composition. So different comps are going to be incentivized to be set up certain ways. So like if you have 2 Vanguard and a Flyer, they're going to put out a little more damage. So I don't remember the exact words that they had said, but there was something along the likes of, based on your comp, it'll give you like a little bit more leverage or advantage, in the sense that like the Flyers and Vanguards or vice versa or whatever, we'll have to look more into it. I'll drop some more videos on it as it gets closer and as more information comes out about it. But they're essentially trying to incentivize different comps. Wolverine being one of them now, because you got the Jean Grey Phoenix hero coming out. But control frequencies take a slight hit. Needs more time to sharpen those claws between leaps. So his leap strike duration from 4 seconds to 5 seconds, and his cooldowns from 12 to 15. So he's taking a little bit of a nerf to his leap ability. But like I said, his team up with Jean Grey gives him something. I can't remember. Maybe he does more damage when he does leap or something. I don't remember. Invisible Woman. Yo, I used to be Invisible Woman main too, and I'm very happy to see that she's getting an increased aura projection healing on launch from 40 to 45 and damage from 20 to 25. Reduce healing on return from 40 to 35 and damage from 20 to 50. So they're doing a little tune up to her. I have not liked Invisible Woman since they changed her shield ability. You used to be able to spam it. When she came out, I used to spam that thing, and I found that very effective. And then they reduced the damage that it can take by like 50 or 75, and then they slowed down the rate at which you could throw a shield between heroes. So Invisible Woman, for me, if you compare her to season 1 when she came out, she's just not the same. She doesn't play the same. I don't like her as much. But now that she's getting a little bit more output with her projectile, that'll be very helpful. Loki, he's just seeing a increase in energy cost to his ultimate ability from 4,000 to 4,300. Loki is I just lorded Loki. He's still a solid strategist to have on your team. He's just very high. There's a high skill ceiling to use him, so you just don't see him as often, but he's still clutch. Still clutches games, still solid to have as a strategist. Mantis, healing touch grows and her ultimate more power potent, but its frequency is reduced. So healing effect, her ally heals allies by 2.5%, reduce base healing from 20 seconds to 12.5, and increase energy cost of her ultimate from 37 to 4,300. That's a pretty big increase in her energy cost for ultimate. That's pretty big. Increase bonus max health from 100 to 150. So she's getting a little bit of adjustment. I don't see too many Mantis mains out there, but for you Mantis mains, so I'm not too familiar. Let me know what you think about this, how it affects your gameplay and comps. But Ultron, look, if you haven't seen the videos, Ultron was my dude for season 2. He carried me on 2 accounts. On PlayStation, got me to Celestial. On my PC, got to Grandmaster. Literally hard insta locked Ultron. So very cool to see. Honestly, very happy to see that. Very happy to see that. So Ultron, the devs said that he was gonna take. They kind of went over, like, oh shit, kind of went over his just like how he's been doing in comps this year. They addressed that like his survivability has been good. His healing it wasn't a big deal. He's not ever put out the most burst heals, and I made videos on this, but like Ultron can still put up good heals. Like for those that don't think that like he doesn't put out enough heals, it's just not true. He's putting out just as much heals, if not more than other people on his team. He doesn't do as much burst heals. So for that people, that was very frustrating. I think people just don't utilize his kit very well. Don't know how to, but he's getting an update to his software. So his defenses are taking a slight hit. So survivability, which is what the devs kind of said, but his dynamic flight acceleration, this one hurts. It's going to go from 8 seconds to 6 seconds, which is tough. And then his firewall from 75 to 65, and for allies 55 to 50. So his firewall's taking a little bit of a hit, and his flight acceleration, which to me, it's only because I am an Ultron main. People who don't use Ultron aren't going to care. It's not huge. Like, these are adjustments that I can play around. They did this with Rocket. I was a Rocket main. They did the same thing, and I was pretty salty about that. So we're gonna have to play around it. I think I'm still gonna use Ultron this season, just because I like him so much. I just like him, and I think what they're trying to do. And they also had said that they're gonna reduce. This isn't the official. I mean, this is the official hero balance adjustments. I don't know if this is like the official like what's going to happen when season 3 releases, or if they're going to change anything, but they had mentioned that they were going to reduce his damage output as well, because people were saying he does a little bit too much damage. I think they're trying to reduce his MVP amount he gets MVP. But yeah, I ain't gonna lie, I mean, this was a pretty short hero balance adjustment compared to other previous seasons for the heroes. I mean, you only had 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9 10 11. I mean, what you got? So you had like 15 heroes getting adjustments. I guess that's pretty average. I don't know, I guess it was a little bit more than I thought. They're just not huge adjustments, I guess I should say. So not getting huge. I mean, like last season we got complete reworks on people, which was interesting. But you can see here the new team ups. We kind of talked about it shortly during the dev talk, but Spider-Man and Human Torch are getting new team up. So like I said, Spider-Man is going to have this new ability. I think his spider tracers are going to have some kind of effect. Again, Wolverine and Phoenix, they're going to have a team up. And then you got Squirrel Girl and Spider-Man. Their team up's finally getting removed. I think that's been around since season 0. So very interesting. Graduate on the bigger and better thing. The team effect of Spider-Man removed. Team ability, lose the web acorn. So yeah, they lost their team up, but Squirrel Girl is going to be added to the Iron Man and Ultron team up. So she's going to get some kind of, I don't know, look, Squirrel gains a new Squirrel Missile ability from her, so she's gonna get a new little ability. That'll be interesting to see how that looks. So we'll stay tuned for that. And then this one's been slept on. I mean, you didn't see it very often. It was super effective though. I don't know why it fell off. Storm and Human Torch. I mean, it fell off because Human Torch just got nerfed into the fucking dirt. But they're losing their team up. Storm's still probably going to be meta. I didn't see any adjustment. Storm has not been touched with in like 2-3 seasons. She's got the team up with Jeff, which is fucking annoying. So that'll be, she's still pretty meta though. Storm's pretty meta. And then we got Hella. She's getting added to the Venom and Jeff, the Land Shark team up. So she joins the team up. She gains like some tendrils with one of her abilities. So I don't know, maybe when she throws her little orb, it grabs onto you and does more damage or something. I don't know how that works, but Hella is going to be another one of them. I'm happy to see that they did not fuck with Hella just because she's already kind of a problem, depending who you're playing. So, and then we got the Guardians Galaxy. I've seen other posts on this, the Revival meta comp, Star-Lord, Adam Warlock. So what are they doing? Balance changes. We're slightly reducing the usage coverage of this team up, even as the Guardians need to pace themselves. Increase leader soul nature soul ability cooldown from 120 seconds to 135 seconds. So their team up ability is getting kind of nerfed, just taking a little bit more time. Jeff the Land Shark and Venom, we're going to increase the power of Jeff's end of his team up ability. Maximum Mayhem now. Increase the Guardian Deep maximum bonus health from 50 to 100. Max Tendril Link period from 3 to 5. So you can see Marvel Rivals universe is ever evolving, and with season 3 just around the corner, after this update, plenty more surprises and changes in store. Stay tuned. So that's it, folks, for season 3 coming out. We just did the hero balance adjustments, some of the patch notes, new heroes, new team ups, and you can see we just hit MVP with this video in the background with Loki. Look, man, we're getting after it. We're gonna drop another video before the season ends, kind of just going over my experience playing in comp this season, reaching Celestial, reaching Grandmaster, how I did it, what I learned from it. So, hey, man, if you like these videos, don't forget to like, follow, subscribe. But until then, stay tuned, y'all.